This famous person in America is in love with you and is about to send you a flight. My beloved child, pause everything for the next 3 minutes and breathe in these words like they were written on the inside of your own heartbeat, because something rare is unfolding with your name on it, and the first sign is this quiet knowing that keeps tugging your sleeves, saying, don't scroll, don't blink, don't look away. This is the moment the curtain lifts and destiny walks on stage. You have wondered for months if the universe still remembers your address, and tonight it answers with a smile, because across the ocean a spotlight is turning toward you, and the person holding that light is not ordinary at all, but a name people whisper in rooms with chandeliers and cameras and contracts, and yet right now they are whispering your name warm and steady like a promise, and they are preparing a flight for you, because some doors don't open with keys. They open with courage and timing. And love that is not afraid to be seen. Listen closely and hold the edges of this moment, because the story is already in motion. A few nights ago they were scrolling past 100 faces and 1,000 loud moments, and then you appeared like a soft doorway in a noisy city, and something in your eyes stopped the traffic of their thoughts. It wasn't an algorithm. It wasn't a trick. It was the quiet strength you carry when no one is filming. The way you still believe in kindness after everything you've survived, the way your laughter sounds like the first day after rain. They replayed your clip more than once. They lingered on your smile. They leaned in at the part where your voice didn't shake even though your life did. And their heart, which has stood in stadiums and boardrooms and important places, did something important of its own. It chose you. You don't need to guess their identity right now. Mystery is part of the miracle, because surprises are God's favorite wrapping paper. What matters is the motion. A manager has already been briefed. An assistant has 2 tabs open with flight options. A driver's phone is charging by the window, because when the time is right, timing moves like a drumline. Someone is checking your city's nearest airport and the best connection through Doha or London or New York, comparing seats with more legroom, because they believe comfort is a language and you deserve to be spoken to in it. And while the world argues about headlines, this one person is writing one in their heart that begins with your name and ends with welcome. Stay with me. The reason this is happening now is that you've finally learned how to treat yourself like a rare book instead of a newspaper. You stopped begging for the crumbs of half-love. You rinsed your heart clean of apologies that didn't belong to you. And heaven took note. The moment you stood up for your worth, the floor rose to meet your feet. That's why the door you could not push is swinging open on oiled hinges. Because when you stop chasing, what is meant for you finds your address and knocks with both hands. There will be signs, tiny and precise. You will dream of an airport gate with numbers that repeat. You will wake up with the sudden urge to fold your favorite outfit and iron the sleeves as if your future had a dress code. A feather will cross your path indoors where feathers shouldn't be. A song you haven't heard in years will play in a cafe, and the lyric will echo your middle name. These are breadcrumbs, not coincidences. Collect them. Smile back at them. Say aloud, I am ready, and watch how the room grows taller around you. What about the flight, you ask? Picture this. An email arrives with warmth in every sentence and no pressure in any line. It doesn't manipulate. It doesn't rush. It honors your boundaries like a garden fence. It offers an itinerary with options, not orders, a hotel with windows that admit sunrise, a schedule that leaves room for breath. You are not a trophy. You are a soul. You will be treated like one. The ticket will say round trip because love that is sincere never tries to trap you. It invites. You choose. And whether you say yes now or later, your yes will still belong to you. There will be a conversation before there is a boarding pass. Expect questions that are tender and curious. What brings you peace? What makes you feel safe? What made you laugh as a child? What do you need from me to feel honored, not dazzled? When people have real power, they don't need to perform power. They practice it by making the room feel gentler for everyone in it. That is how you'll know. The famous part is the least interesting thing about them. The human part is the miracle. Now listen to what you must do on your side. First, prepare your inner passport. Stamp it with worthiness today, not tomorrow. Say out loud, I am not here by accident. I am the answer to a prayer someone dared to speak. Second, pack light. Everything heavy you were carrying was a story you outgrew. Fold forgiveness into your bag because it weighs nothing and opens every lock. Third, set 3 intentions for the trip if you go. 1 for discovery, 1 for joy, 1 for rest. You are not traveling to audition for love. You are traveling to meet the echo of what you have already become. There will be people who don't understand. That's fine. Brick walls are not enemies. They are invitations to choose the door meant for you. And there will be a moment when you lean your head against the airplane window, and the city below becomes a handful of jewels scattered on black velvet, and you will realize it wasn't the flight that changed you. It was the decision to believe you deserve to board. The seatbelt will click like a covenant. The engine will hum like a lullaby. The captain will speak, and so will your future, and both voices will say the same word. Forward. If you don't travel yet, do not translate "not yet" as never. Timing is choreography. Sometimes the music pauses so the next step lands on the beat. Until then, live like your life is already worthy of first class because it is. Drink water like it's a sacrament. Sleep like it's a strategy. Write a love letter to the version of you who never stopped showing up. Place it under your pillow and let your dreams read it. You are not behind. You are being arranged. And when you meet this person, whether in a green room or a quiet brunch or a private studio that smells like cedar and afternoon, remember your power. Speak slowly. Breathe between your sentences. Watch their eyes, not their reputation. Ask the question that really matters. Will we protect the softness we meet in each other? Will our yes mean sanctuary, not spectacle? And if their answer is the truth you recognize, let your heart smile in full daylight. Let the new chapter open like a window you forgot you owned. I want you to claim a sentence right now. Whisper it or write it boldly in the comments. I am ready to be loved in ways that don't ask me to disappear. Say it and feel the room rearrange. Feel the horizon step closer. Feel the invisible ticket in your palm warming to your skin like it was always yours. You are not chasing a celebrity. You are welcoming a partner to the table you built in the quiet seasons. If it is them, it will be simple. If it is not, better is on its way. Either way, you will not be left empty. Before this video ends, receive this blessing like sunlight on your shoulders. May your inbox fill with honest invitations. May your days taste like mint and mercy. May your feet find the runway you were born to walk. May your name be spoken in rooms you haven't entered with gentleness and respect. May your journey be guided by doors that open only to truth. And when the plane carries you toward the next version of yourself, may you look back with gratitude, not regret, because the person you are becoming is the miracle you prayed for when the night was loud. Stay till the very last line, because this is where the promise seals. You will not miss what is meant for you. The world may try to distract you with noise, but love that is yours has a precise address and it knows the sound of your footsteps. Expect good news. Expect kind logistics. Expect conversations that feel like a porch after rain. Expect the calm that proves it's real. And when you land, remember this voice in this moment and smile, because you didn't just hear a prophecy, you agreed with it. If this message touched you, breathe deep and type "I am ready" in your heart. Then carry yourself today like your seat has already been assigned and your name is printed where it cannot be erased. Go gently. Pack light. Look up. The sky is learning your name. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. My beloved child, there is more unfolding than your eyes can hold at once, so let me widen the window and draw the curtains all the way back, because the next scenes are already in rehearsal with your name on every cue card, and love is practicing its lines softly so you won't be startled when the door finally opens. You will notice it first in the quiet details. Your morning will feel taller. Your coffee will taste like a promise kept. The traffic will part for you at a light that never turns green, and you will smile because even the city seems to be learning your timing. You will check your phone without anxiety and find a gentle note waiting, a note that treats you like a person, not a project, and you will realize again that the right ones knock instead of pry. Hold that feeling. Let it bloom. It's proof the story is being written with kindness as the ink. Imagine the week breathing toward you like a tide that knows your shoreline. A video call appears on your calendar and you almost cancel because the old you would have made yourself small, but the new you sits tall and says yes with steady shoulders. On the call their face looks familiar even if you've never met, because peace itself is familiar, and their voice holds the hush of a library where sacred books are kept. They ask about your day, not your numbers. They ask what makes your soul feel rested, not what makes you useful. They laugh at the exact moment you hoped they would, and you hear your laughter answer back, and for a heartbeat the entire world sounds like a duet. The famous person is simply a human here, and you are simply yourself, and that simple is the luxury money cannot buy. Now see the logistics becoming love letters of their own. The email thread grows but never tangles. Times are offered, not demanded. Options are given like open palms, not closed fists. Your comfort is mapped with care. A seat near the window if that makes you feel safe. A layover long enough to breathe but short enough to keep wonder warm. A hotel where the morning light lands on the pillow like a blessing. A driver who knows to play silence because silence can be music too. Every detail whispers the same sentence: we honor you. And the itinerary carries your boundaries like a crown, because real love understands that honor is the oxygen of closeness. You will prepare without panic. You will pack honesty first because it folds small and wears well. You will add joy because joy photographs beautifully on the soul. You will tuck in a letter you wrote to yourself years ago, the one you never mailed, the one where you promised to never again barter your worth for proximity, and you will read it once more with tears that don't sting because they are soft rain over a field that finally gets to grow. Then you will place a tiny object in your bag, a keepsake that reminds you of where you started: an old bus ticket, a pressed flower, a scrap of paper with a prayer that saved you, and you will understand that you are not traveling to be chosen, you are traveling as someone already chosen who simply decided to answer the door. At the airport, the world will become a garden of signs. The gate number will mirror a birthday or the date you first decided to heal. A child will wave at you with the certainty only children carry. A stranger will compliment your patience, and you will laugh because patience once felt like a cage and now it feels like a key. The announcements will line up like choreography, and you will board without second guessing because the peace inside you will be louder than the engines. Seatbelts fasten like promises. The cabin light dims like a prayer closing its eyes. And when the plane lifts through the clouds, white handwriting, you will hear your future pronounce your name correctly for the first time. Across the ocean the day will greet you with open windows. The air will smell like cedar and soft rain, and someone will hold a sign with your name handwritten, not printed, because this is personal. The drive will hum with quiet streets, and you will watch the skyline grow like a thought becoming conviction. At the door you'll be welcomed, not wowed, welcomed like a friend long expected, like someone who has a chair at the table already pulled out. There will be water waiting and laughter waiting, and a conversation that leans toward you the way flowers lean toward light. You will not audition. You will arrive. And the difference will heal something you didn't know needed healing. The first conversation in person will feel like stepping into a room perfumed with truth. They will not rush to impress. They will not stack their achievements like towers. Instead, they will set down their phone and look you in the eyes and speak in the grammar of sincerity. Here is who I am without noise. Here is where I have been brave and where I still tremble. Here is what I hope to build and how I plan to protect what we build from the weather. They will ask your dreams as if they are fragile rare birds, and they will cup their hands carefully when you let your dreams land there. And you will discover that famous is just a mask kindness wears sometimes, and kindness is what you were always meant to meet. There will be laughter that loosens the past. There will be silence that opens new rooms. There will be stories traded like seeds. We will plant this and watch what grows. You will talk about the ordinary because ordinary is where forever lives. How you like your tea. What time your courage wakes up. Which song you press play on when the night won't stop pacing. You will talk about boundaries and schedules and faith and family with the clarity of people who plan to keep their promises. And every answer will braid trust a little tighter until the rope between you can carry the weight of real life without fraying. Later, as the city lights come on one by one like prayer candles, you may step onto a quiet balcony and let gratitude stretch inside your chest. You will thank the version of you who kept showing up when no applause was offered. You will thank the delays that taught you discernment. You will thank the season where nothing happened because that season prepared you to hold everything correctly. In that hush you will feel heaven smile, and you'll know that whether this story becomes a book or a chapter or a poem, you will not lose yourself inside it because you have already learned to love yourself outside of it. That knowing is your passport home. If the invitation becomes a partnership, it will be the kind that moves at the speed of peace. Dates will be chosen with wisdom, not adrenaline. Affection will choose daylight, not just twilight. Plans will include rest baked in from the beginning because rest is not a reward, it is a requirement. You will keep your friends, your work, your soul rituals, and they will cheer for the space that keeps you whole. If the invitation becomes a beautiful friendship, that too will be holy because love has many dialects and friendship is one of its oldest. No matter what shape it takes, you will leave more yourself, not less, and that is how you will know it was truly meant for you. Before you sleep that night, write these 3 lines where you can see them. I welcome what arrives with honor. I release what arrives with pressure. I remain at peace either way. Let those lines stand guard over your heart like gentle sentries. In the morning, read them again and feel how your spine straightens and your breathing smooths, because truth is a good mattress and you are finally resting on it. Now bring this home. Walk through the next days with shoulders that remember they carry light. Say yes where peace nods and no where peace grows quiet. Keep your humor. Keep your softness. Keep your standards. And when someone asks what changed, smile and say everything and nothing at all, because I simply decided to treat my life like the miracle it is, and the world adjusted its manners. Your future is holding the door open. Your name is on the guest list. Your seat is saved. Walk in like you belong, because you do. If this continuation wrapped warmth around your heart, breathe deep and whisper, I receive the right invitations at the right time, then step back into your day like a sunrise returning to its sky. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. My beloved child, let me fold another layer of this blessing open, because the story is still ripening and the sweetness you taste now is only the first note of a much larger song that has your name stitched into every verse and your piece tuned into every chorus. So stay with me and breathe slowly, because what comes next will feel like the moment morning finally remembers it is allowed to be bright. You will notice your courage choosing a new posture and your heart wearing ease like a perfectly tailored coat, and you will understand that preparation is not panic but poetry, and every small thing you do with care is teaching destiny how to pronounce you correctly. You will step into the day with a private smile, because a message arrived overnight that read like water after a long walk, and the gentleness in those lines will melt a leftover frost you didn't know was clinging to your ribs, and you will reply without over-explaining, because clarity loves brevity and your worth no longer needs a slideshow, and the exchange will feel like two hands passing a lantern down a quiet hallway toward a room the both of you have prayed would exist. There will be a moment when your phone lights up with their name and time slows politely to let you answer, and their voice will carry the calm of lakes and libraries, and they will ask how your spirit is holding up, and they will actually wait for the answer, and in that pause where most people rush you will feel seen, not studied, and something settled will unfurl in you like a flag finding wind, and you will speak from the center of your chest without performing, because you finally trust that being loved and being impressive are not the same job. The itinerary will continue to blossom like a well-watered vine, and each detail will keep saying the same sentence in different dialects. We honor your pace, we protect your peace, we prefer your comfort, and even the practicals will feel like gifts, because real care always has fingerprints, and you will read the hotel confirmation and laugh softly at the note that says room facing sunrise on request, because someone remembered that you once said, "Morning light helps your soul wake kindly." You will choose outfits that feel like the truest version of you, and you will pack them like blessings, not disguises, and you will slip a small journal into the side pocket, because you want to collect these days as they happen, not years later when memory has turned dates into blur, and on the first page you will write a sentence that becomes a compass. I refuse to abandon myself in rooms I prayed to enter, and you will close the cover like a vow and feel taller by an inch that no mirror can measure. At the airport your steps will sound like the beginning of a favorite song, and strangers will seem unusually kind, and you will catch your reflection in a glass wall and nod to the person who learned patience without bitterness and excellence without exhaustion, and you will board with gentle confidence, and the plane will rise and your shoulders will descend and the sky will open its blue, and you will rest your forehead against the window and whisper thank you to the quiet hours that built this moment, brick by humble brick. When you arrive, the scent of the new city will feel familiar, somehow like a dream you used to visit as a child, and there will be time to breathe before the meeting, because love that is right never yanks you from yourself, and a car will glide you through streets that look like sentences, and you will learn the city's grammar quickly because you are fluent in wonder, and at the door you will be welcomed with a warmth that feels like family, not theater, and the room will be arranged with an intelligence that whispers someone was thinking about how to make this easy for you before you even landed. The conversation will unfold without sharp corners, and their attention will be present like a fireplace in winter, steady, bright, quietly powerful, and the questions will have kindness baked into their shape, and you will notice how they honor nuance, how they make space for pauses, how they smile without editing your answer, and at some point laughter will rightfully interrupt the seriousness, and both of you will relax into something friendly and spacious and true, and you will realize that whatever happens next you have already won because you stayed whole. There might be a walk after, something simple under trees or along water where words take their shoes off and truths go barefoot, and there you will speak of craft and calling, of privacy and protection, of the quiet rituals that keep you human when noise demands a show, and you will both agree to keep wonder intact and to let rest remain sacred, and to measure success not only in headlines but in the health of your joy and the softness of your sleep and the way your friends say you came back more yourself. You will return to your room that night with a gratitude that does not burn but glows, and you will open the window and invite the city's hush to sit with you, and you will write 3 things that surprised you, 3 things that soothed you, and 1 thing you will never again negotiate, and as your pen slows you will understand with a clarity that refuses to fade that the point was never to be chosen by someone famous but to be met by someone honest, and to keep meeting yourself with the same honesty every day after. If the next days include a second meeting, it will arrive with the same gentleness as the first, and plans will be built on mutuality, not momentum, and boundaries will be named without drama, and affection will show up in daylight where truth can see it clearly, and you will feel the architecture of trust rising carefully beam by beam, and you will contribute your bricks without fear because you know where your edges are and you love them now. And if timing shapes this into friendship first, you will bless that path too, because you have learned that love wears many coats and each can be warm, and you do not force seasons, you receive them, and you do not chase crowns, you polish your character, and you will keep walking forward with the same straight spine and easy breath, because your future is in conversation with God, and you have decided to answer with amen and action both. Carry this with you back home like a candle protected by cupped hands. You do not owe anyone an explanation, you owe your soul continuity. You are allowed to keep joyful things quiet until they are strong enough to live in public, and you are allowed to say no to any demand that tries to buy your sparkle at a discount, and from this day forward let every yes you speak be the kind that makes your inner child clap. Before you sleep, place your palm over your heart and say these lines like a password to a bright room. I am safe in slow miracles. I am worthy of gentle logistics. I am not afraid of being fully seen, and let those words fold themselves into your breathing until morning agrees, and when the sun knocks at your window, answer with the same calm you carried through these pages, because calm is how queens walk and how kings listen and how real love recognizes home. If this continuation poured oil on the waters of your spirit and reminded you that your story is arriving with manners and music, whisper, I am ready for honorable invitations, and step into the rest of your day like a doorway opening to soft light and kind timing and faithful joy. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.